Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Arknights reaction. Now, a lot of you the majority of you wanted me to get to more Ave Musica reactions, and I can't do that for reasons that I'll be putting on screen, and you can see why it's a problem, so I'm not going to be. Unfortunately, as much as I would love to get into that and do videos on them, I am restricted by the law and needing to pay rent, so I have to make a decision here, and my decision is to obviously move on and do Kinjeria's request, which is Oath. Apparently a character called Bellone, which I'm not sure if it's Bellone, like the Italian surname. I'm assuming probably. I don't know though, and I guess I'm going to be getting into this song, so without further ado, let's go! Mafia. Tail. Syracusan. I'm not stupid. Ooh. It is Arctic Monkey's ass. Ooh. Ooh, that's smooth. Oh, the tasty riff game. Oh. I'm loving the guitar in the back. Those little staccato plucks. I love the body of this song. This has such a powerful wall to it. Gotta have a solo. I mean, come on. Dude. And I love the little, like, kind of Italianisms they're throwing in here. Just really reflecting on that part of the character. Ah. The riff. Damn. Damn. God, that has so much charisma. Even I want to be impregnated by this guy. What am I saying? I've decided to leave every statement I just made completely on the record because god damn, the charisma of this song is just too strong, man. Amazing track. I love the vibes of this one. I say that a lot and I mean it a lot because this one just, ooh, you know, it gets a little bit bluesy in here. It's, and I'll get to why, but like the main chord progression that we'll start out with, I'm pretty sure that we're in A minor here, and that totally makes sense. It's very easy to work in, and it's just kind of the vibe here is that we get this like, we can do that with the whole chord too, between the A minor and the G there. And that's kind of the backing of most of this song. But the actual chord progression is more like, And that's just down to F and then down to D minor from there. And that's kind of the general round we get. That's most of what the song is built on. And then there is an evolution on that, which is why it feels so bluesy. You know, like we get that whole da 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 da. And that's kind of just everything. But when we get to that section that starts to build the energy, we change that into a D, which is interesting. This is interesting because I get to talk about the Picardy third effect. And the Picardy third effect is cool because it's basically taking a fourth from a minor up to a major. So at least in this case, we're taking the D minor up to the D. And that's just the relationship we get with that Picardy third. That basically just changes the chord of the fourth into something that kind of drags you more in the direction of like the G, for example. In this case, we'd go from the C to the G very naturally, using that sort of a resolution, and that does come into play a little bit later in the song. But I kind of want to focus more first on the whole buildup that we get, that like really energetic section where it just starts on the F and works up, goes back down, it's just... And we actually would have the opportunity to go from that E minor to the D there, but we don't. We just kind of wrap back around and it starts right back on the F and it keeps looping that way. But we do have that G in there, which is kind of where the song likes to pull itself. So we can hear that already starting before we even introduce the D necessarily. So we get this build in here and it just has this energetic lift and it feels really good. It's like, oh, great, fantastic. But then it's like, okay, cool. Now we want to be able to utilize the build that we just did, all of that leveling up in that section, that looping that was just constantly cranking the energy up. And now we want to put it somewhere. So that's where the D comes in, not the D minor. So then we have the usual buildup of like... And then like they do that instead, which feels a little bit more bluesy, which is kind of why I referenced that earlier. And that's the sort of change we're able to do when we have changes like those in the chords and in the keys. It just makes things feel a little bit more flexible. And it's actually something that pays off a little bit later, because like as we're doing this sort of thing, and then it goes there and you're like, okay, well now we need to move on from here. How do we do that? They don't go up to the G. They could. They go up to the A minor again and do the usual pass. So we go straight from here. And using that G in there is what makes it root back before we end that phrase and continue on with the song and kind of work towards the outro. These are the cool things about music theory that you can abuse if you know how to do it, and they did that with this song, and it feels so good. I love this one. And like I said, this song just has oozing charisma. It's so good. I mean, I don't know who the character is. I can tell that they're Syracusan. I don't know what relationships they may have with other characters I may know. I saw the picture on the desk there, but I don't know who the other character is. I'm assuming a childhood friend, could be more. I don't know what their whole life story is, but the song was quite literally talking about an oath and being able to kind of like repay that whole situation, and like being a part of that agreement is like a huge factor of this song. So you can tell that the song is working towards building up that energy and making something worth that energy buildup. It's trying to tell the story. It's starting something that's a little bit more moody, and it's like, you know, you're down an octave compared to where we end up, and they're just like railing on things over here. And it's just these qualities that are able to make that character ooze out, because you're able to tell that these are very emotionally invested pieces. That's why I love their character songs so much in Arknights. And they always do that with Arknights. They always put in the most effort to be able to make their character songs feel so right for the character. It's a part of it, obviously, but it's just how good they are at nailing down the personalities and knowing exactly where. I've praised their musical direction in general because I know that there's got to be a team that's hiring people out to do these songs, and they just know exactly what they want, what the characters' traits are, what they ate for breakfast, the whole nine. Like, they have everything nailed down so they can send that off to the people to be able to give them the best possible work. And these are the songs that we get as a result of it. Something that is entirely understood through music theory, through lyrics, all of it coming together and making sense for the character's journey. And that just makes every single song they put out an absolute fucking banger, and they do it every single time, and I keep praising them for it. But this is just one that hit me different in the energy that it had. I was just like, ooh, yeah, this is the sort of like kick that you need, and it has enough of that like charisma through like those little like guitar staccato stuff like I was mentioning, just those little it's so good to be able to adapt those to other instruments like the electric guitar here, and just makes it feel a little bit more authentic. It just plays with that a little bit too. It's just so good. This is what I mean with every detail counts, and they always put every single one to use. But I think I've done enough yapping on this one today, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song from Arknights that you want me to get to that's not copyrighted like the Ave Musica stuff, then by all means drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!